Danny Segura for MMA Junkie. I'm here in South Florida at American Top Team. I'm standing next to Nickal. Bo, you've been down here for a little bit helping out Jorge Masvidal get ready for his UFC 272 fight against Colby Covington. First of all, how has that been going, and how has it been like to be training with somebody like Jorge Masvidal, who's obviously been around the game for such a long time, is at the top of the sport? And I know you're great in wrestling, obviously, but you're an amateur as well in fighting. Must be pretty cool to be getting this experience.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's a great opportunity for me, training with Masvidal, being able to learn from him. He has so many tricks and different stuff with all the experience that he's had, so I'm just very grateful to be down here and grateful to have the opportunity to teach him some wrestling. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far.
I know you guys are represented by the same management, so maybe you had inklings that, hey, maybe they can call me for this fight if they need some wrestling resources. But did you think this was a possibility? And if so, when you got the call, were you like, yeah, I'm all in?
Yeah, 100%. I knew that there was a good chance that, he wanted me to come down to help. I've helped him a couple times before this, work on his wrestling, but, very grateful to be down here. And like I said, he's an awesome competitor, so I'm just, trying to teach him some, but also learn as much as I can.
Yeah. And how has those grappling, sparring sessions been? Preparing for Covington. How's his wrestling coming along? You feel like he's up to par to what Covington's going to present?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like George has really improved his wrestling a ton, and I'm in there grappling with him and stuff like that. Obviously, I've had a lot of experience in that area, so to feel how he's doing with not coming from a wrestling background, I've been super impressed with everything that he's shown me, and I'm really having to turn it up, having to work hard just to get a simple takedown on him, which is very cool. And I'm excited to see how he does in this fight. I'm definitely very confident in his grappling abilities.
Yeah, for sure. And for those that don't know, Covington as well wrestled. Where is his level at? Like, do you feel like he has high level wrestling? Like, you're obviously at the top of the top. How would you rate his wrestling?
I mean, it's okay. It's decent. It's obviously, he wrestled Division I level and stuff, so he's no slouch. He knows what he's doing. I feel like really compared to what I'm used to at Penn State and the level that I'm used to, it's not really similar. He obviously, I feel like more than anything, he has a good pressure, but wrestling capabilities, I'm not very impressed with what he does wrestling wise. It's more so just he has a good amount of pressure during the fights and good cardio, but yeah, the skill is not so high level, in my opinion.
Awesome. Now, I want to switch gears and talk about you. Obviously, you've been having a very good amateur career now that you're getting your feet wet in MMA, 2-0, right? What's next for you? You were telling me you've been trying to get a fight, hopefully by April?
Yeah. So we're working on putting together a promotion. My management just got licensing and stuff for Pennsylvania, so we're going to be putting a promotion together, and I'll be fighting in April. Right now we're looking April 15th in Rec Hall, which is the home venue for Penn State. So I'll be really excited to be able to get another chance to compete in Rec, and a home fight would be super cool.
Yeah, for sure, because all your fights have been down here in Florida.
Yeah. My last two were in Pensacola, so I had a great experience coming down here and getting fights and stuff. I would just like to get a fight in my own backyard, which would be a lot of fun.
And how is it like competing in MMA? Because you're obviously a competitor in the wrestling world, and you've done a lot of great things, and you're very used to competition now. But did it feel different? Did it feel like a different experience?
Yeah, I compare it to like a big, just a small. I've had two amateur fights. A small fight like that was more on the nerve level of like a big wrestling match. Like a Big Ten championship match, an NCAA finals match, just because that. The environment, it's definitely different, and I compare it, like I said, to a big match. It's when you're going to go out there and the guy's going to try to punch you in the face and stuff. It's a different feeling versus having the guy, he's going to try to score takedowns on you, stuff like that. So I enjoyed that, but I think at the end of the day, for me, when I was wrestling, the big matches were the ones I got most excited for. So to be able to have every competitive experience be like a big match feeling, for my fights, that's what I live for. I love it.
Awesome. And, you're 2-0 as an amateur. You're looking to do a third one here in April. When do we see Bo make that step to professional fighting? Do you think it's in the near future? Do you feel like it's way down the line? I mean, you got plenty of time, but when do you think that's coming?
I think that I'll do one, maybe two more amateur fights at this point and then go pro. I'm only 26, so I'm young. I'm not really in a rush to turn pro or anything like that, but I feel like having had a few amateur fights and that experience, I'll be ready to go. So I would say that if my not this next fight, but the one after, I'll probably turn pro. Yeah, so it'll be definitely this year though.
And what are some goals that you set yourself for mixed martial arts? Is it just a thing that you're trying to do post wrestling, or do you have high aspirations or any promotions that you'd like to get into? Any specifics?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the goal for me with MMA is to be a UFC champ. I want to be pound for pound #1 guy on the planet. So at this point, that's what I'm training for. That's what I keep on my mind every day and here in these sessions. So like, I'm early in my career. I've only had 2 amateur fights, and so it's a long road ahead, but I'm really excited for it. And yeah, at the end of the day, I see myself as UFC champ, #1 pound for pound guy on the roster. So that's the plan.
All right, Bo, I appreciate the time. Best of luck in April whenever you get your fight booked, and looking forward to not only that fight but the rest of your career.
Thank you. Appreciate it.